Good morning, Mark. Today I woke up thinking about how sometimes learning English feels really heavy, like carrying a bag full of stones.
I know that feeling, Anna. Some days it really feels like no matter how hard we try, progress is so slow and it can be discouraging.
Yes, exactly. And yesterday I tried reading a simple story and I realized I didn't understand half the words. It made me feel small, like I'm not good at English.
Oh, I've been there many times. I remember when I first tried listening to a short podcast and I only caught one word. I almost gave up that day.
Really? That must have been frustrating.
Very frustrating, yes. But looking back, that one word I understood was still progress, even if it felt tiny.
That makes sense. Sometimes I forget that learning is not about big jumps, it's about small steps.
Exactly. Every small word you understand, every sentence you try to speak, it's a step forward, even when it feels slow.
I like thinking about it that way. I also notice that when I repeat simple sentences every day, I feel a little more confident, even if it's just one or two sentences.
Repetition is powerful. It might feel boring sometimes, but it builds a foundation. It's like watering a small plant every day. Eventually, it grows strong.
I love that image. Learning English is like growing a plant. Some days it looks the same, but slowly it's changing.
Yes, and some days it might feel like nothing is happening. That's normal. Even plants don't grow visibly every day, but the roots are working.
I never thought about it like that. I always focus on what I can't do yet.
We all do that. But noticing what you can do, even tiny things, gives energy and hope.
I agree. For example, today I understood a short conversation on the radio, and it felt like a little victory.
That's exactly the feeling we need to celebrate. Little victories keep us moving forward.
Sometimes I compare myself to other learners, and it makes me sad. They speak faster, they seem more confident.
I used to do that too. But everyone starts somewhere, and we never see the beginning of their journey, only there today.
That's true. Their fluency didn't appear overnight.
No, and every mistake they made along the way helped them improve. Mistakes are like stepping stones, not failures.
I like that. I can see that mistakes are part of the process, not a sign of weakness.
Exactly. And sometimes making a mistake is a sign you are brave enough to speak. It shows courage, not failure.
That helps me feel calmer. Before, I felt nervous every time I tried to speak.
Nerves are normal. Everyone feels them, even people who speak very well. Feeling nervous means you care, and you are learning.
Yes, I noticed that when I repeat sentences out loud, even slowly, my confidence grows a little.
And confidence grows step by step, like a staircase. Each time you try, you climb another step.
I like that image. So even if I can't speak perfectly yet, I'm still moving up.
Exactly. Perfect English is not the goal. Progress and understanding are.
Sometimes I forget that and focus too much on mistakes.
That's normal. But thinking about small successes can change your energy. For example, remembering words you learned last week is a success.
That's true. And I feel proud when I can make a short sentence correctly without thinking too hard.
Those moments are signs of real learning. It's proof that your brain is absorbing English even when it feels slow.
I like hearing that. It makes the hard days feel less hopeless.
Yes, the hard days are important. They're part of the journey. They teach patience and persistence.
I noticed that my patience improves slowly. I used to get frustrated quickly.
And now you handle it better. That's growth. Learning English also teaches life skills like patience and persistence.
I didn't think about it that way. Learning English is also learning about myself.
Absolutely. And everyone's journey is unique. Comparing yourself to others only hides your own progress.
I like that idea. I will try to celebrate my own steps more.
Yes, notice every word you understand, every sentence you speak. Those are your victories.
And even if I forget words sometimes, I know I'm still learning.
Forgetting is normal. The brain needs repetition. Each time you try again, the word becomes stronger.
That gives me hope. Some days I feel like I forget everything, but maybe it's just part of the process.
Exactly. Forgetting is part of learning. Every review strengthens your memory.
I also find it helpful to connect English to my daily life, like thinking in English while cooking or walking.
That's a great habit. Making English part of your day helps it feel natural, not like a homework task.
I feel more relaxed when English is just part of my routine.
Yes, it becomes a friend, not a test. A friend that sometimes challenges you, but grows with you.
I like that. English as a friend makes learning feel less scary.
And when mistakes happen, you can laugh and keep going. It's all part of the friendship.
That's a nice way to think about it. Mistakes are part of learning and friendship.
Exactly. And the more you speak, the more familiar English feels. Even listening becomes easier with time.
I noticed that. Words I didn't understand before now feel more familiar.
That's progress, Anna. Each listening, each speaking, each reading builds your understanding.
I feel encouraged just talking with you about this.
Talking helps. Sharing feelings and experiences makes the journey lighter.
I hope everyone listening feels the same comfort.
They will, if they remember that slow progress is still progress.
Small steps repeated every day make a difference.
Absolutely, and even resting is part of learning. Pausing doesn't mean quitting.
That's important. Sometimes I think resting is failure, but it's actually care.
Yes, resting is care, so you can continue with energy.
I will try to remember that. Learning English is like a long walk, not a sprint.
Exactly, Anna. And even if the path is slow, it leads forward.
You know, Mark, sometimes I feel shy when I try to speak with native speakers. Even a simple sentence feels difficult.
I understand, Anna. That feeling is very common. But remember, trying itself is a success. Every word you speak is practice.
Yes, but sometimes I make mistakes and people laugh. I feel embarrassed.
Laughing can feel bad, but often people are not laughing at you, they're laughing with you or surprised by your effort.
That's a good way to think about it. I never thought of it that way.
And mistakes are proof you are brave enough to speak. If you didn't try, there would be no mistakes at all.
True. I guess mistakes are like footprints in the sand. They show that I walked forward.
I like that image. Footprints in the sand, small marks of effort. Even if waves wash them away, you still walked.
Yes, and the next day I can walk again, leaving new footprints.
Exactly. English learning is like walking on a beach. Some days are easy, some days are hard, but each step matters.
I also notice that listening is tricky. Sometimes I hear words but don't understand them fully.
That's normal. Listening is like opening a door. The first time you see a little, later more comes into view.
I like that. Each time I listen, more of English becomes familiar.
And when you repeat listening, the words start to feel like old friends.
Yes, I feel proud when I understand part of a song or a short story without reading it.
That feeling is amazing. Small victories like that build confidence, even if they seem tiny.
Sometimes I feel my brain is too slow. I have to think a long time before speaking.
That's okay. Your brain is learning, and thinking is part of the process. Speaking fast will come later.
It's hard to wait, though. I want to speak confidently now.
I know, patience is hard, but speaking confidently comes naturally after practice, not instantly.
I try to practice every day, even a little. Yesterday, I spoke to my friend in English for 5 minutes, and I felt proud.
5 minutes is wonderful. Each conversation strengthens your speaking muscles.
I think about my future. Sometimes I worry I won't reach my goals in English.
Worrying is normal, but don't let it stop you.
Each day you try, you get closer to your goal.
I also like reading simple stories. At first, I only understand a few words, but now I understand more sentences.
That's growth. Reading is like planting seeds. Each word you learn will grow into understanding later.
I like the idea of seeds. Some days it feels invisible, but one day the plant grows.
Yes, and reviewing words is watering the plant. Repetition helps English grow in your mind.
I also practice speaking alone sometimes. I talk to myself in English, like describing my day.
That's excellent. Talking to yourself reduces fear and improves fluency. It's like training your brain for real conversations.
It feels silly sometimes, but helpful.
Silly is okay. Learning is playful, not just serious. The more fun you have, the easier it gets.
I notice that when I smile while speaking, mistakes feel less scary.
Exactly. A smile is a shield. It protects confidence and reduces fear.
I also try to connect English to my hobbies. When I cook, I name ingredients in English.
That's smart. Linking English to real life makes it meaningful, not just words on a page.
Yes, and when I watch a short video about cooking, I understand better because I know the topic.
Using familiar topics is powerful. Learning is easier when it connects to something you already know.
I want to tell listeners that it's okay to go slowly. Progress is not always visible, but it's happening.
Absolutely. Slow steps are still steps forward. English learning is a journey, not a race.
Sometimes I feel tired and want to stop, but then I remember small victories. That gives me energy.
That's a very important point. Motivation comes from noticing small successes, not waiting for big achievements.
I also practice listening while walking outside. Nature sounds and English together make learning peaceful.
I like that. Combining learning with calm moments makes the brain more receptive.
I try to repeat sentences I hear in real life, even if I don't fully understand them.
That's excellent. Repetition is key. Your brain starts noticing patterns and sounds.
I also find that teaching someone else, even a friend, helps me remember better.
Teaching is a powerful way to learn. Explaining something forces your brain to organize knowledge.
I notice that explaining simple phrases slowly makes me more confident.
Yes, confidence grows from small, repeated experiences.
Sometimes I feel lonely in my learning journey. It's nice to hear your voice now.
You're never alone. Many learners around the world feel the same. Talking helps us feel connected.
I also like writing short sentences in a notebook. Even one sentence a day feels good.
Writing helps your brain remember, and it slows down thinking so you can focus on words.
And reading my old notes shows me how far I've come.
That's a great idea. Looking back reminds you of progress you may have forgotten.
I also try to think positively. I can learn English instead of I am bad at English.
Positive thinking changes energy. It encourages action instead of fear.
I notice that even small phrases like good morning or thank you give me confidence.
Every phrase matters. Every sentence you speak is a building block.
I also practice pronunciation slowly. It's hard at first, but it improves with patience.
Pronunciation is like training your voice. Slow and steady practice makes it natural.
Sometimes I feel shy reading aloud in front of my family.
That's normal. Start small, maybe reading alone, then share when you feel ready.
I like imagining a conversation with a friend in English, even if it's in my mind.
That's very useful. Imagined conversations train your brain for real interactions.
I also notice that listening multiple times helps me remember words.
Repetition is magic. Each time you hear, your brain strengthens memory connections.
Even hearing a word 10 times feels familiar later.
Exactly. Familiarity builds confidence. Confidence builds fluency.
I like the idea of building fluency step by step.
Step by step, day by day, word by word, fluency grows naturally.
I also notice that resting and taking breaks is important. My brain learns better when I rest.
Resting is part of learning. A calm mind absorbs more than a tired one.
I try to sleep enough and review lightly in the morning. It feels good.
That's very smart. Sleep and review are powerful partners in learning.
I also celebrate tiny achievements, like using a new word correctly.
Celebrating small victories keeps motivation high. It reminds you that effort matters.
Sometimes I imagine myself speaking English confidently in the future.
Visualization is very helpful. Imagining success creates energy and focus.
It makes me excited to keep learning.
Excitement fuels action. When you feel curious and excited, learning becomes easier.
I also remind myself that confusion is normal. Not understanding something doesn't mean failure.
That's very important. Confusion is a sign your brain is working. It's part of the learning process.
So when I feel stuck, I try to breathe, relax, and try again.
Perfect approach. Patience, repetition, and calmness are key.